People that are hungry are willing to do the things today others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have.
The question isn't can you handle the situation. The question is can you handle your mind.
What changed? I changed. And I stopped being a victim. I stopped saying I've got to wait for good things to happen to me. And I said I'm going to grind. I'm going to fight. I'm going to work.
A lot of the hardest problems are so easy to solve. We just have to take those steps which are hard.
I can do anything. I can do it.
Welcome to On the Rise. I talk about personal development, small business, and I interview entrepreneurs on the rise. They call me Level Up Nelson, and I am your host. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Level Up Nelson. This podcast is brought to you by DatChat, the future of email and messaging. DatChat puts you in control of your text messages and allows you to pull back any message you've sent using secure blockchain technology. DatChat IPOs in early 2020 to the NASDAQ. Visit datchat.com/levelups and get a once-in-a-lifetime exclusive pass to purchase shares now. Again, that's datchat.com/levelups. And to my rising tide, welcome back to the show. And as always, my guest tonight is an entrepreneur. He is the owner at Tac Zone. He's a fitness and nutrition expert, and he goes by the name of Merril Hyman, a.k.a. Mr. Tac.
Yeah.
And Mr. Tac, welcome to the show, my man.
Blessings, King.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How was that drive, man?
Yeah, the drive was, from the gym to here wasn't too bad.
Was that right?
Especially this time of day.
Man, you live at the gym, bro. For real.
Definitely.
My man lives at the gym. You know, anytime I talk to him, man, he's at the gym or he's coming from the gym.
Yeah, I'm always in there.
So look, man, we start the show with a quote of the day. Just a little something for those on the Facebook Live, and we just kind of give our opinion on it and see what we think about it.
Right. Yeah, of course.
All right. So this one is he who conquers others is strong, but he who conquers himself is mighty.
Big facts.
And that's from Lao Tzu. Now, what do you think, man?
I know. What I draw from a quote like that is you're gonna have it's gonna be somewhat easier to mesh with others and gain a certain amount of control over them. But your own emotions now, how you handle certain circumstances, how you handle certain adversity, when you're faced with it, is going to be ultimately harder. You're with yourself always, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of what is going to plague you today is going to plague you tomorrow and 10 years down the line if you don't face it. So
Right.
that is ultimately always going to be your biggest enemy. It's always going to be you.
Yourself, yeah.
How you handle you in all those different adverse circumstances, you know what I'm saying? So
Right. And it's really interesting because, I mean, look, you're in the fitness market, you're in the fitness business, and, I a lot of the times you'll hear, like, the gym teacher trying, like, the overweight gym teacher trying to say, like, oh, do this, do that, to the kids, but he's overweight or he or she's overweight.
right.
You know what I mean?
You got to kind of look that part. That goes kind of ties into the quote there. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, you're always with you. And for fitness enthusiasts or fitness influencers or experts like myself, one of our biggest challenges is looking the part.
Okay.
24/7, 365. Because ultimately, I believe that if you look the part, it's easier for me to tell somebody to get down there and do 1,000 push-ups because I look like I do 1,000 push-ups. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's easy. And another thing is that I can empathize with the person that is in the grind. You know what I mean? Because I'm still in the grind, looking for more, looking for better.
Right.
And if I'm not going through the motions, if I'm not feeling the same leg pain or ab pain when you're down there and you crunch on the 100th rep, how can I? You're not going to feel the same energy when I'm telling you to keep going if I don't know what it takes to keep going. You feel me?
Right. Exactly.
So that's
Yeah.
the way I'm at with it.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, and to those people out there, it's easy to it's almost like being easy to give somebody else advice, but hard to take advice.
Take your own advice.
Yeah, to take your own advice, right? It's easy to get it, but it's not hard. It's not, you know.
Yeah.
It's a challenge for people to
Take it on themselves.
take it themselves, and you know, it's a shame to a certain extent, because you would think, like, if they want to be strong in the physical sense, but they're not realizing that they also have to be strong mentally.
So that's where it all starts. All right, so you figure your whole entire experience is you know what I mean, back here, behind the eyes, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's your entire experience, like your whole, from start to finish. So if you don't take hold of your thoughts that you're having on a day-to-day, second-to-second, minute-to-minute basis, it is going to kind of be counterproductive if you just jump out and try to hold on to something that's outside or extrinsic, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
You want to start by first, I think, loving where you are. Like, you know, I fell off, or I'm here now, and I can appreciate myself. I do have certain strengths and attributes that I find, you know, endearing.
Right.
And then you got to now hold on to those and push for the you that you want, you know.
Exactly.
That you that you're striving for. And it happens.
Yeah, to the best of us, too.
Yeah, for sure.
On the rise, Nelson Stryker. I'm here with Mr. Tac, the owner of Tac Zone, big fitness guru. We're going to be talking health and nutrition today. We're going to be going in tonight, folks. So for those of you that are trying to make those New Year's resolutions, hold on. Hold on. Do not make them yet if you're going to do it in fitness. Definitely tune into the rest of this show tonight. Shout out to those tuning in right now. Kenny Kesley, we see you. Nick Puzo, Marty Israel, thank you for checking us out tonight. All right, look, man, so let's get into it, man. Let's talk about Tac Zone, man. How did you start Tac Zone?
Well, all right, so I came into fitness with my own goal. I was probably about maybe 50, 60 pounds overweight, like 280 at the time. And just working out in gyms wasn't working for me. I ran into a trainer, became a good friend of mine, ultimately became a business partner of mine. And then things went left. But that's how I came into, you know, kind of owning my own,
doing your own
on
thing.
my own.
Right.
But how I came into fitness was just after achieving a certain amount of success in my own goal and taking my body to a certain level. I always wanted abs. Abs was my thing. I did that. I got that. And then I just felt good doubling back and helping other people that I was involved with at the time in the group. And like I said, that same person was like, "Yo, you got it. You know, you should try your hand at this. I think you would be good at this.
Open your own stuff.
I think you would be cool at this." And then, you know, I started doing classes. I started doing personal training. I felt great. You know, just
helping
passing
other
on
people out.
that energy. Yeah, just passing that energy. Just, you know, watching myself transform and how confident I became in my own decisions and decisive I became. You know, I wanted to pass that on to other people. And I found myself just creating that space. After I went into business, you know, what we made was beautiful to me. Just watching people transform, watching the energy that they shared when they were transforming was cool to me. And
people coming back.
Yeah, people coming back, and, you know, because it's a journey, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna transform several times over, you know what I mean? It's not, and that's including me. And that just kind of pushed me to create my own space and to share my energy in that space, and, you know, create a situation where people could come and enjoy themselves while they get fit and while they get well, you know what I mean?
At the same time, yeah.
Because you get fit, like your body physically changes, but then your mind changes, your spirit, how you move lighter, like different circumstances will be happening to you outside of the gym.
Right.
And because you've created that safe space, that sanctuary, you know what I mean? Like you're able to navigate life much more efficiently in a sense. That's my experience, and I just wanted to share that, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's big, man. That's real big. We're gonna go into, we're gonna go into a little bit more of your story, because obviously you gotta have some type of like perseverance. You gotta have some type of interior, like motivation, to even get yourself into the gym, being what'd you say, 80 pounds overweight or something like that.
Yes.
Even getting to the gym, there had to be something there.
So I was in real estate. I'm still into real estate, but used to sell houses on a realtor level.
Okay.
And walked into a property that was kind of burnt out, run down, and like 2 weeks later I had pneumonia.
Oh.
So a health scare kind of drove me into.
There we go.
Right, it's always gonna be your why.
Yeah.
And a health scare kind of drove me into
the gym.
Yeah, into the gym and into wanting to become the best possible version of myself. Like never wanting to feel like that again. So it's gonna be your why, guys.
Yeah, a lot of it comes back to the why. All right, folks, on the rise, Nelson Stryker. Shout out to Anthony Joseph. We see you. Roberto, we see you, man. Thanks for checking us out tonight. We're going to go to our first break and thank our sponsors. We will be right back. All right, folks, on the rise, Nelson Stryker. I'm here with Mr. Tac, the owner at Tac Zone, fitness and nutrition expert. We're going to be going in tonight. We're going to be talking about these New Year's resolutions. So for those of you out there trying to lose some weight or trying to get fit, we got something for you tonight. So make sure you stick around to the main event. But Mr. Tac, man, how you feeling, man?
I feel amazing.
Feeling good, man?
I feel great, bro.
All right. So look, let's jump right back into it, man. I know last place we left off was talking about that health scare that kind of, motivated you to take care of yourself a little bit better, get into the gym. And what I find a lot of times is that people typically don't move until something moves them.
Right. So I am one of those people. And, kind of fortunately for the masses, because I'm definitely out here now, it pushed me into wanting to become the best version of myself. Like, that shit was crazy, bro. Pneumonia is not cool.
That's scary, man.
It is scary. The fever was like 112. Like, it was nuts, bro. It was nuts. Severely dehydrated, kidneys on the verge of failure, all that cool stuff.
Wow.
So that pushed me in the direction of wanting to become the best possible version of myself.
Oh, yeah.
And I just got in the gym hard and pushed hard and
persevered.
Like I wasn't seeing like the results that I wanted to, because I was trying to do it on my own until I found that partner, that trainer, that person with the knowledge, with the experience that was able to kind of give me the extra information that I needed to change myself. The rest of the way was just being conscious and being accountable, and this is kind of what I tell everybody that I come across now. Those two words will take your initial goal from point A to lifestyle. Like the trainer, like even myself, like I'm going to be able to give you general parameters, like low to no sugar, low to no sodium, depending on where you want to go, calorie deficit or calorie surplus. But then now you are going to have to be conscious of what the broccoli is doing for you or against you, or the spinach is doing for you or against you.
Right.
And you're going to have to be accountable for the Friday nights when you go out drinking. You know what I mean? And
those
you might
cheat days.
Right. How long do them cheat days last? Is it really just a day, or is it one meal, or is it the whole weekend? You know what I mean? Like that accountability part. So just those two words have helped me transition from where I started at 280 and overweight and bouncing back from pneumonia all the way to, gym owner or health center owner or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean?
So now, obviously, when we're talking about business, we're also talking about investments, right?
Yes.
So, obviously, you started with somebody and, it went left. Most of the time, it goes left because money typically gets involved. So,
Facts.
I guess my question would be, did you ever worry about like not having enough money to get it going or keep it going?
So that's always in the back side, front of your mind somewhere.
Yeah.
And you got to just be conscious of the different elements that do make your business successful.
Right.
And you got to play those up. And the things that make you less successful, you got to be conscious of those. See, again, that word pops up, conscious.
Yeah.
And you got to kind of adapt and do away with those. So this year has been very transformative for me, even through adversity. Like at the beginning of the year, like I said, that same person got sued. The day after that, my mom died. You know what I mean? So
Wow.
So that the money vibes is always still in the backside of your head, even though these things are happening. So
Right.
you still always got to be conscious of what your marketing is doing.
Exactly.
How is your marketing tracking? What's your demographic? Are you hitting them? Are you getting enough leads in the door during the week? What's your most popular class? Now, a big thing for me, like that was cool. I could market myself all day and be good. But now one of my big things is team building and establishing a group of individuals and learning how to have them mesh and become less of an individual and more of a team
Player, yeah.
while still maintaining their individuality, because one of my big things is not to marginalize them as superheroes. So it's kind of like, how do you create the Avengers now, what I mean? Of fitness,
That's a good connect right there.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to have the best, fitness enthusiasts, influencers in the building,
Wow.
having the best classes so that they could provide my people with the best experience. So now it's different for me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's big, man. That's big. He threw the Avengers in the mix, man. So you're a Marvel guy, huh?
Facts.
You watched all the movies?
All the movies, bro.
Yo, that's crazy, man. Endgame was crazy, right?
Yeah, Endgame was nuts.
Yeah, that was. I can't even not say anything about Tony, because if you haven't seen it, like, you're done. Like, it's a wrap for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Tony dying, was
It
crazy.
Cool.
Yeah, it was a tearjerker for a lot.
Sad
I'm not gonna lie, my eye teared up.
It was a sad day for us all.
I teared up. You know what I'm saying? It didn't drop. It didn't drop. You know what I'm saying?
It was glistening.
It was glistening. You know what I'm saying? It was almost there.
That's exactly where I was.
You know what I'm saying? To be straight up honest, but that's dope though, because look, at the end of the day, you also want to be able to leverage your own time to invest into growing the business and expanding. Because right now you only got one location?
Right, one location.
Okay, so and Roberto says the Avengers of fitness. So it's great because once you're able to do that and you can bring that team together, right? That gives you time to do the big things, right? And put
outreach, go out and really leverage, all the experts in the building and get them to really maximize and help as many people as possible, because ultimately that's our goal. That's why you get into personal training or you teach boot camp classes or whatever it is. You like the impact that you have positively on people, and you like the way that you can help assist them in their change and along the way in their journey. I tell all my clients, I'm just GPS always. You know what I mean? Like, you could hit the gas. How regimented you are in your eating and how consistent you are in your training is your gas pedal, and you could get to your destination. But I'm just GPS. I'm gonna guide you and show you the way.
That's
dope.
dope.
Always why we get into it. You know what I mean?
That's big, man. That's real crazy, dog. All right, folks. So Nelson Stryker on the rise. I'm here with the big dog in fitness, man, Mr. Tac, the owner of Tac Zone. We're going to be talking. We're already jumping into the health and fitness and the nutrition talks. He gave you a little bit tips and tricks there if you didn't pick up on it. Obviously, you're going to want to listen to this episode more than one time. Just make sure you catch everything. So, look, we're going to thank our sponsors, and we will be right back. All right, folks, on the rise, Nelson Stryker. We are back. I'm here with Mr. Tac, owner of Tac Zone. For those of you just tuning in, Mr. Ibrahim, thanks for tuning in tonight. I see you. Shout out to all the lawyers out there and my lawyer friends. What's going on? Yes, sir. You need them. Definitely need them, man. You already know.
Facts.
You know? So, look, man, let's jump right back into it. Now, we talked about that one person, that kind of was giving you the game in the beginning.
Yes.
And because of that falling out, it just, it motivated you to do your own thing.
Yes.
But the partnership didn't work, right?
Did not work. No.
So now, after that, and building what you have now, did you end up doing any other partnership deals, or now it's still just all you?
So here's the thing. You're gonna be in multiple partnerships, like members, trainers, the landlord, whoever it is that you're doing business with, or even in communication with, is a partnership.
Right.
So you gotta kind of know that wholeheartedly going in.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I maintain as much control as possible in these times, because I know my work ethic. I know how hard I'm going to push.
You know your worth.
Right. I know my worth. And, I don't really see the value in it at this point, to have, somebody with as much control as I do over, the business in a sense, or in that, and as much control as I do in that final word.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So
yeah, because you're putting in all the work.
Right. The silent partners are cool, money guys and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Always welcome those, you always, like you said in that last topic, you're always going to need access to more capital, more funding, stuff like that.
Right.
And like I said, you're always going to have a ton of different partnerships, like members. You're going to be one of your biggest partnerships is going to be with the members, with your clients, with the people that you serve, you know what I'm saying? So
right.
you're always going to be in a partnership, and making sure that you are open to criticism, open to receive new information and new access to different services and stuff like that, and not close yourself off and think that you know everything. That goes a long way. And just sharpening up your communication skills, your listening skills,
right.
Just being able to sit down and listen to, like I said, a client or a member that's telling you about the bathrooms or about the dust that they see in the ceiling or whatever it is. You got to be open to listening to that and making
right.
sure that you are productive in executing whatever it is, change that needs to be made, you know what I mean, so that you can be successful.
Right.
So that has always helped me, just being open-minded and open-eared, so to speak.
Yeah, that's key.
Yeah.
So and now, I guess, what would you say would be maybe the biggest issue you've had managing that spot? Because you got to always be there for the most part.
For the most part, all right. Yeah. So right now, for the most part, I'm definitely always there. We're young. It's in a transition phase.
I know you just did some painting too, right?
Right. I just came from painting. I'm about to go back when I leave here and go back to painting. You know what I mean? So I'm still in that phase. But this is the life I chose, so to speak.
Yeah.
Cliche. But you choose everything that comes along with it. You choose to clean the bathrooms when it's an issue, when it's the toilet overflowing, or you choose to come in there and see all the classes lit up and packed, on a good day. And you choose to have police come through when the parking lot is too packed. And,
wow.
You know what I mean? Like, you choose all these different logistics, and you ultimately become a better person, entrepreneur.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just you become better in the navigation of these issues and finding different solutions, making it work. You become better. You know
right.
So
oh yeah.
I'm with that.
Nice. And I mean, for the most part, when it comes down to the members that you have or some of the new people that come and go, you know what I mean? And look, I'll attest to it because I witnessed one of your workouts. And obviously I know you go in because I was there. I know you go win because I was in it. I was in the shit. You know what I mean? So I was hitting that tire with that big ass hammer. You know what I'm saying? So in doing all those abs and what was the thing? The heavy ass medicine ball. I don't know where y'all got those heavy ass medicine balls, but I never lifted a medicine ball that heavy, dog. that shit was just too heavy. I didn't understand it. But I was there, so I know. And for the people that out there that don't know and haven't been there, if you're in the Central Jersey area, even if you're in the North Jersey area, because I know a lot of folks even was coming there from like Patterson and Passaic County and all that. So I know even they're willing to travel from up there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they know that they're gonna get that workout in. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So I know it's real. So when you talk about, I guess, growing the brand and I guess what's next, right? What would be one or two things? Would it just be more membership, or are you trying to expand in another area?
So for me personally right now, I would like to just make sure that this particular location is like streamlined,
like a system,
and like a system, like a machine. One of our biggest knocks is not having enough structure because, like I said, we're young and we're growing. I just did a ton of back office stuff that is gonna make things awesome, not only for members but for trainers and for young trainers that want to come in and grow their own brands as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I just put a ton of work in. We're doing a lot of work with Mind Body and their back office systems right now. So a lot of back office work and structure had to be added because that's the phase that we're in. The vibes is lit. The vibes is set. You know what I mean?
Right.
And trainers already know what they're doing as far as training and boot camps and training programs and getting people results. It's just a matter of creating a more mechanical, structured, systematic,
right?
You know what I mean? Organism that's gonna churn out not 1 to 2 transformations a cycle, but 20 and 30 transformations a cycle. Because ultimately, like I said, our goal is to help more and more people always. Right.
Okay, man. Look, we're gonna take one more break and come back for the final round. We're gonna get into the main event, which is those New Year's resolutions, and give some diet tips and tricks if there is any that aren't out there. Shout out to Jonathan Rodin. I see you. Adi, we see you. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Roberto, big shout out. Thank you so much. We're going to take a quick break and thank our sponsors. We will be right back. All right, folks, on the rise, Nelson Stryker. I'm here with Mr. Tac, the owner at Tac Zone, fitness expert, nutrition expert. We're going in tonight. We're going into the main event. So for those of you tuning in right now, you're tuning in at the right time. Definitely want to replay this episode for some gems, especially for those of you that are looking to do those New Year's resolutions, which we're going to talk about right now. So, Mr. Tac, man, let's get into these things, man. So, I mean, this isn't new to you.
Nope.
Number one, right? And I mean, it's natural to have like goals and a New Year's resolution.
That's not natural.
But when
It's an unnatural fucking thing, okay?
But when it comes to fitness, people flood those gyms. They flood those gyms, and then like 3 weeks later, you don't see him no more. It's crickets, and it's like a 50% drop. Right. So I guess the first thing we should talk about is, why does that happen?
Because it's not anchored by. Remember. All right. So remember, I told you at the beginning, like what drove me into jumping wholeheartedly into trying to change my life was a health scare.
Right.
So remember, I told you that why is going to be very important. So now, if you're just trying to drum up or charge up some shit at the beginning of the year, you about to change your whole finances, and I'm about to you about to change everything in the next 365 days. Of course, it requires a ton of energy. Your thought process has been beat down from the last 365 days. Now you're trying to charge up.
Right.
That's definitely not the way. It's not anchored by anything solid anyway. You know what I mean? So it's bound to fall off. It's not like you woke up tomorrow and said, you know what, because of my daughter and how she played out there, and I was falling apart after 5 minutes of playing with her ass, and the fuck, I can't breathe after that type of things right there. That will make you get up and go not January 1st, but the very next day or as soon as you can. You see what I'm saying? So once you are able to hold on to solid whys, like my kids, I want to live longer, be healthier, be fitter for them, or getting ready for the police, you join the police academy, and that's my dream job, and things like that will anchor you to a journey and give you a solid amount of charge, because that's what these things do, like charge you up, you know what I mean, for a certain amount of time, and it gives you a certain amount of energy. And like hopefully you put enough of that charge into your journey so that you see enough results so that this charge continues. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because that's what it is. It's like the pneumonia pushed me into it. And then I started to see a certain amount of results that was like, yo, I got to keep going.
I got to keep going, yeah.
And then now I was at a point where I'm getting charges from other people and how they light up and how they feel and how they smile.
Give you compliments,
and then boom, there's a charge after that. You know what I mean? So you're going to have to find something that is solid. The New Year's resolution fails because it's not solid. You can't stand on that shit. It falls apart. 3 weeks. Right. A month. It falls apart.
It's just not strong enough.
Right. It's not.
And it's not. I guess it's also not like a real strategy, right? Like,
right. No, it's not. It's not a real strategy, and a lot of people are. So, like, let's say you could achieve a certain amount of success with a New Year's resolution if you hit all these pointers, right? You made a New Year's resolution. You took your ass straight into a gym. You found a lit-ass trainer that was able to push you to the point of within the next 2 to 3 weeks that you saw a certain amount of results.
Right.
Because then now those results will charge you and push you further and help you go for maybe another 2 to 3 weeks. And hopefully you see results then. Because now it's the results that's driving you. Because you still don't have that solid why. Right. You know what I mean?
But the results are there.
But the results are there, and they will keep pushing you.
Right.
But if you're just going like, yo, I'm about to change my whole life starting January 1st, good luck with that.
Oh, man. Look, unless they listen to this episode,
good luck with
that. They'll be good. But if not, they really need to stop that. They really need to stop that, man. So look, man, let's plug all your stuff. Your Instagram. I know you got the new app.
Yep.
Right.
Tac Zone app.
Shout out to the Tac Zone app. I'm so happy to hear that you got that.
It's a great app. You can put your heart rate monitor on there. We got the leaderboard. I give away cool prizes, most calories dropped, most classes attended, all that cool stuff.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah, nice lit, bro.
And it's hard to find people who are in the app game. You know what I'm saying? So for us to both be in the app game, that's like rare.
Yeah, now we working.
You know what I'm saying? They not working like us, man. All right, so look, so it's the Tac Zone app. You're on Android and iOS.
Yep.
Okay. Instagram.
You can catch me Mr. Tac 23.
Okay, and boot camp starts
January 1st.
Okay.
5 a.m. with me. I'm near 753 Boulevard, the motherfucking Tac Zone. Y'all better pull up, man. If you serious,
tell them.
Even if you serious about that resolution that you trying to tell me right now that it's it can work. I could do that. Come pull up then, 5 a.m. January 1st. If you're serious about your resolution, let's go.
Any shout outs? You want to shout out any trainers? Anybody coming up new?
I want to shout my whole entire team. Hulk Fit, Gaines Bashina, Pain Fitness, Shane. JWoww, like all my trainers in the building, everybody that's going hard out here trying to help people change their lives to become the best them possible. I want to shout them out. I want to shout you out if you're looking to get your fitness journey started.
Yes,
you know where to find us exactly after this podcast. And you need to get going. Don't wait on January 1st. You know how I feel about that.
Don't wait.
And, you know, that's it, man. I love life right now, and I love where we taking it, and I hope you could join us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, folks, and to my Level Up family, thank you for watching. And to those of you on the podcast, thanks for listening to On the Rise. We want to thank our special guest for tonight, Mr. Tac. Subscribe, leave us a rating or a review so you don't miss any level ups from the show. You guys take care. We'll see you next time.